I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Her attorney had hoped for a lower bail figure so she could return home to her children at her Lakes Road home in Monroe. But Anna Gristina, the woman facing charges of promoting prostitution, was ordered held on $2 million bond.
To speak about the defendant is to speak about an individual who is a caring, loving mother.
Gristina stands accused of running a high-end prostitution ring for the past 15 years out of an Upper East Side apartment in Manhattan. Prosecutors say Gristina ran her business mostly from home in order to stay close to her children and their activities. Sources say Penthouse and Playboy models were employed to service millionaire clients that included politicians and law enforcement officials who would reportedly tip her off to prostitution busts. Gristina also had ties to Sullivan County. That aspect of the story, as well as the latest developments, will appear here at Record Online and in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. Town of Newburgh police say she was operating a heroin selling business out of her house on Winchell Drive. And following an investigation, officers armed with a no-knock search warrant paid a visit to the home of 25-year-old Ashley Jones at around 5 this morning. Jones has been charged with several counts of drug possession. Her 8-month-old boy and 4-year-old girl were at the house at the time of the early morning raid. They were turned over to a friend pending an investigation by Child Protective Services. The charges involved have not been made public yet, but an Orange County grand jury has voted to indict 68-year-old Richard Brown of Middletown, the man charged with the fatal shooting of Arthur Twyman, his neighbor. Twyman was gunned down at the intersection of Cottage Street and Wickham Avenue in Middletown back on February 5th. Brown was charged with second-degree murder at the time of his arrest. Contents of the indictment are expected to be revealed next week. Brown continues to be held without bail in Orange County Jail. If you like today's weather, you're going to want to be outside tomorrow. Temperatures Thursday are expected to get well above 60 degrees in the Hudson Valley. As for today, the mild weather was bringing people out at Mill Pond Park and Playground in Monroe to enjoy the sunshine and those mild temperatures.
The weather is absolutely perfect. As you could tell, I have my shorts on. I'm just enjoying it. It's great. I mean, we had a mild winter, but this is perfect.
Just enjoying a nice day out, no snow, walk with the kids, keep everybody busy.
Amazed about the mild weather this winter?
Yeah, not thrilled about it. I like the snow.
The word snow is nowhere to be found in the forecast. A quick look ahead is coming up in a couple of minutes. Saying the culture of Kingston city government needs to change, Mayor Shane Gallo says a state investigation will be expanded to include Kingston's Department of Public Works. The mayor's announcement came during his State of the City address last night. The state comptroller's office has been looking into attendance, overtime, and equipment issues within the Kingston Fire Department. A state probe into alleged irregularities within the police department is due to wrap up in a few months. Kingston's former top detective was recently sentenced to up to 9 years in prison for stealing more than $200,000. In his speech, Gallo says better enforcement of the city's tracking and procurement policies should help minimize future problems. Well, the lack of snow coupled with dry conditions have produced an early start to brush fire season, with area firefighters responding to a series of fires. A large one along Kings Highway on Sugarloaf Mountain last night sent an assortment of volunteers as well as state forest rangers to the scene. Fire officials remain alert to the elevated fire danger situation. And emergency responders, including police and fire department volunteers, launched a search Tuesday for Jack Hendrick, a 63-year-old Loch Sheldrake man who walked out of Catskill Regional Medical Center where he'd been taken for treatment following a car accident. The search of a nearby wooded area began after hospital video surveillance determined that Hendrick had walked out at around 1:30 a.m. Tuesday. The search was to resume this morning, until it was learned that Hendrick had checked himself into a motel in Monticello. Police were to interview Hendrick to determine his state of mind. He does not currently face any criminal charges. We will be enjoying spring-like temperatures for the next few days. Thursday will be partly sunny and very mild. The temperatures climbing well into the 60s. Friday will begin with a few showers, then it'll clear off with sunshine by afternoon. The highs will top out at around 50 degrees. Stay on top of breaking news right here at Record Online and get a complete wrap-up of all the day's news, weather, sports, and features in tomorrow's Times Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.